Okay, and so I have chosen pies for Thanksgiving. We're going to be doing pumpkin and then apple. And I'm going to go ahead and put these in the oven and get them to baking so that later on in the day, whenever I need to do the scalloped potatoes and the yams and the other foods, I can use my oven for that and the pies won't be in the way. So let's go ahead and get the pies into the oven.
Hello family and friends and fellow YouTubers, it's Kim here from Kim's Country Corner. Just like my apron that my daughter and grandkids got me last year for Christmas says, Kim's Country Corner established 2015. Yes, that's how long I've been doing this. Anyway, I want to welcome you to my channel and say happy Thanksgiving to all of my family and my friends and my followers out there. We are here at the Hancock Homestead getting ready to celebrate Thanksgiving just like the rest of the United States is. And I want to give a special shout out to my son and my daughter-in-law, to Paul and Edna, who aren't able to be here this year for Thanksgiving. I hope that you guys are able to have a good day yourselves, and we'll see you soon. So, but it is time to get ready for the Thanksgiving celebration. And of course, the main part of that is eating all the good food that I'm fixing with the help of John and Katie, and Karen will be bringing over the desserts. And we have two really good friends joining us this year. Rusty Adam and Becky Kellerman, her daughter, will be here. And so, but anyway, so I'm going to share with you some of the foods that we will be having today. The turkey I put into the roaster oven early this morning, and I will show you a clip of that in a little bit.
Okay friends, so here is my Thanksgiving meal list. I always like writing it down. It helps to keep me focused and on track. I even write down when I need to put things in. And so there it is.
But one of the main dishes that I want to do right now is my glorified rice. I do glorified rice just about every holiday because we all enjoy it as our fruit salad. So I thought I would just quickly share with you the ingredients that go into this fruit salad called glorified rice. So the first thing I'm going to start with is I do 3 cans of pineapple tidbits and then 1 can of crushed pineapple. And I open them and then I drain them. And I always drain the pineapple juice into a glass because I enjoy pineapple juice. But I have the pineapple ready to go into the mixture. Okay. And then I do 3 cans of mandarin oranges because I do 1 can of oranges to each can of pineapple, minus the crush, but anyway. And so I have the 3 cans of mandarin oranges ready to go in. And then I have a jar of the maraschino cherries, and they are cut in half. So Katie spent this morning cutting my fruit in half for me. So they are ready to go. Okay friends, so now that I have added all the fruits to the fruit salad, it's time to add some of the other ingredients. And I'm going to add a cup of sugar. Okay, I'm going to stir that in. I'm going to add a teaspoon of, or I'm sorry, not a teaspoon, a tablespoon of lemon juice. So a tablespoon of lemon juice. Okay, and then I'm also going to add a cup of pecans. Now I don't like for the pecans to be super fine. I like to be able to have a nice crunch from them. So you could add pecan halves, but I feel like that's just a little bit too big. So I take pecan halves and half those so that I have nice chunks but not fine. So anyway, I'm going to add a cup of pecans. Okay, I'm going to stir up the pecans into my fruit. Okay, and then I'm going to add 2 cups of mini marshmallows. Okay, and I might end up adding more, but I always start off with just 2 cups of mini marshmallows and then go from there. Okay. And now I'm going to add the ingredient that gives it its name, and that is the rice. And I add 2 cups of rice that has been cooked according to Minute Maid packaging and has been chilled. Okay, this has been in the ice box cooling because you want to add cold rice to your mixture, not hot rice. So I'm going to go ahead and dish in the rice. This is really a yummy, yummy fruit salad, and it's not really that hard to make. Especially when I have John to do the Dream Whip. So I'll put a little clip in here of John making the Dream Whip for me. He always does that part in first thing in the morning so that we can have it chilled in the ice box. And it's really a big help because I'm usually dealing with other foods. So this morning he did the Dream Whip, and that will be the next thing that we need to add to this. Alright, okay, so to recap the ingredients that you will need for this fruit salad. We have 3 cans of pineapple tidbits that have been drained, 1 can of crushed pineapple that has been drained, 3 cans of mandarin oranges that have been drained and cut in half, 1 jar of maraschino cherries that have been drained and cut in half. Okay, you put all your fruit together, then you add 1 tablespoon of lemon juice and 1 cup of sugar. Okay, you stir that into the fruit. Then after the fruit, you add a cup of pecan halves that have been halved again, tidbits, and then 2 cups of mini marshmallows. Alright, then after you get all of that stirred together, you want to do 2 cups of cooked rice that has been chilled. Okay, that's cold. Alright, so we have all of that in there and it's all mixed together. Now we're going to move to the next step after I clean off my workspace. So I'll be back. Okay friends, so here's the Dream Whip that John made earlier. 4 envelopes of Dream Whip mixed according to package. So I'll show you a clip of that real quick right here. John always makes the Dream Whip for me. He's really good at it, and it's one less thing I have to do. And I use Dream Whip for my glorified rice. He's done this for me every Thanksgiving since probably the second one, and it really helps me out and saves me time. So, and I just use 4 envelopes of the box Dream Whip to do my glorified rice. Okay, so it's always helpful when John does that Dream Whip. Okay, and now that we have the Dream Whip ready to go, what I like to do is I spoon my mixture into the Dream Whip bowl. This Dream Whip is cold, and so I just add the mixture to it and spoon it gently in as I go. Because of how much this makes, I usually end up having to separate into another bowl. Okay friends, so here is the glorified rice that I made for today. And I always end up making extra, but that's okay because we like it as leftovers. It lasts quite a while in the icebox. So plenty for today and plenty for leftovers. Alright, so on to the next cooking project. Okay friends, so the next cooking project up are the deviled eggs. Okay, so Katie just pointed out that we have 2 eggs with double yolks. I don't know, I think that's kind of cool. Alright. Okay, so we did get the egg halves filled up with the filling, and we now have deviled eggs. And this is the tray we will set out, and then we have some left over on a different platter. But anyway, we did get them all filled up. Okay, and so while Katie and I are enjoying the parade, I've got John in here peeling potatoes for me. So, and he is going to peel 10 pounds of red potatoes, because my plan is to make scalloped potatoes and some mashed potatoes. So thank you, John, for peeling potatoes. Okay, family and friends, so I am fixing a Butterball premium turkey for Thanksgiving, and I have it in a Hamilton Beach 22-quart roaster oven. I've decided to try the roaster oven this year. I hear that they make really good turkeys, and this will free up some of my other oven space, my main oven space. And so I've already got the turkey in. I put it in at low because even though I let it set in the ice box for 3 days, it still feels like it's slightly frozen. So I'm starting it out on low to continue thawing it so that I can get the insides, that inner bag out. And then 4 hours before we eat, I will turn it up to 400 degrees, and I will continue to cook it at 400 degrees for 4 hours. And it should be ready in time for supper. So I am looking forward to eating this yummy turkey. I'm excited about our Thanksgiving meal. And this was step number 1, was getting this turkey in the roaster oven and start it heating. So, alright, talk to you guys in a little bit. Okay friends, so I was able to get the turkey thawed out enough that I was able to remove the neck and the bag of stuff that was inside the turkey. Some people use these to make like stuffing. I do not do that. So I'm just going to throw these out and make my stuffing from a box, like all good Americans do. No, I'm just kidding. Like we do in our family. So, alright. Just wanted to show you that part, that the insides were finally taken out. So, okay friends, so I know that some people do like to use those insides to make their own stuffing, and I really admire those people, but I just use the stovetop turkey stuffing because as much as I do enjoy cooking for my family, I also want to spend part of my day visiting with my family, so I have a tendency to you know, use box things that are as good as homemade, and I think the stovetop is comparable to my homemade, so I just go ahead and use it. Alright, talk to y'all later. Okay friends, so it is time to start on the meats. I'm going to be doing turkey, ham, and chicken. And the turkey I've had back here in the oven roaster this morning on very low heat to finish thawing it. It has completely thawed, and I've removed the inner bag, and so now I'm getting it prepped to go up to a higher temperature. And the first thing I want to do is coat it with either oil or butter, and I'm going to go ahead and just use olive oil this year since I have it. I accidentally split the top skin here, that's what you're seeing, but it'll be fine. So I'm going to go ahead and coat this with some olive oil, and then we'll move on to the next meat. that on back and get the lid on it, ready to go. Whoops. Okay, and then the next meat I have is the ham, and I'm simply going to be putting it into the oven at 350 degrees and cooking it for probably about 2 to 3 hours, just depending on how long it takes. I'll probably start it out at a lower temperature actually, and then as we move closer to eating time, I'll bump that temperature up. Because the meat is thoroughly cooked, it just mainly needs to be heated. So I'm going to go ahead and put it into the oven. Okay, and so then the next meat I'm going to be cooking is the chicken, and I'm going to do it in the crock pot. So I have these 2 chicken breasts, and I'm going to cut them in half. Part there, okay. All right, and to that I'm going to add some chicken broth. Okay, and so now that I have the chicken into the crock pot, I'm going to add some chicken broth. And I just want to make sure I've got it completely covered. All right, there we go. All right, I'm going to start it out on low. Okay, and I will eventually bump it up too. Because I want my meats to kind of come out at the same time, and the turkey needs the longest time, I'm starting the chicken and the ham out on lower temperatures, and then in a couple of hours I will bump that temperature up. That's just how I do it. Of course, there's, you know, for timing the foods, and of course there's all different kinds of methods that you can use. Delayed cooking, but I just go ahead and start all the meats at the same time and just have them at varying temperatures. So. All right, so to recap, I have the turkey coated in olive oil, set at 400 degrees, roasting away. I have the chicken topped in chicken broth, set on low, and I will eventually bump that up to high in a couple hours. And then over here in the main stove, I have the ham set at 250 for now, and I will eventually bump it up when it gets closer to time. All right, those are my meats. Okay, friends, so the major foods that take the most work are done, except for the sauce on my scalloped potatoes. But the potatoes have been peeled. And then I have the carrots are back here cooking for the glazed carrots. So they're ready to go. These 2 casserole dishes here will be used for my scalloped potatoes. And this year I'm going to be doing the yams, the sweet potatoes, and I want to show you how I do them. And then we're also going to be having cranberry sauce, and we do both kinds. We do the gelled cranberry sauce, which I'll put into the bigger bowl probably, and then we do the whole cranberries, which I'll put into the smaller bowl. So let me get my cans opened, and then I'll be back to just kind of show you how I do this. All right. Okay, so first I'm going to do the gelled cranberry, and I like to just run a knife around the edge, kind of loosen that up, and then it usually just slides right out. Usually. Of course it won't while I'm taping. Alright, let's try that again. There we go. Alright. And then I just lean that over, and I make slices of it. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the second can. Alright, and then I'll slice it. Alright, so there's the gelled cranberry. I'm going to put it in the ice box to chill. I don't know if you can tell or not, but this has berries in it, so it's not just, it's got a little texture to it, you might say. So you just kind of chop it up. That's all there is to that. Cranberries and cranberry sauce is one of the Thanksgiving meal staples. So there we go. All right, get it in the ice box. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to work on are the yams. So I need to get them opened. Okay, and so the yams do come packed in water, so I drain the water off. Okay, and then I put them in this casserole dish. They will cook down just a little bit. Alright, and then to the top of that, and actually, I kind of got ahead of myself. Alright, so I sort of got ahead of myself because I usually do one can, then top it, and then do the other can. So let me go ahead, I'm going to put half of this over here into this one. Like this, like so. Okay, and then I top this with some chunks of butter. Okay. I add some brown sugar, like so. Alright, and then I put the other can, okay, and I top it with butter. And then I sprinkle that with brown sugar. And then this will be one of the last dishes that goes in because it only takes a half hour for these to bake down. Alright, but that dish is ready to go whenever it's time. tried to do a layer of carrots, then butter and topping, and then another layer of carrots, and I just got ahead of myself today, so it'll be all right though. Alright, now even though the carrots are cooked, I will put these in the oven the same time I do the sweet potatoes, just to warm them back up and to finish the topping off. Alright, now I'm going to work on my white sauce back here. I have my butter melted, and I'm going to add my flour. Okay, just so you know, the butter, the flour, the salt, and the pepper make like a paste, and I bring it to like a bubbly boil. And then I add 3 cups of milk to that boiled mixture. Alright, and then I bring that to a boil again after the milk has been added. You kind of have to constantly stir your white sauce or it will burn. We're out of cooking spray, so I have to butter these by hand, but that's alright. Sauce in the bottom. Right. Where's these potatoes? Alright, my sauce did get a little bit thicker for me, so I'm going to go ahead and add some more milk and stir it again, because it will also thicken up as it cooks in the potatoes. So sometimes you just have to do that. You can make your sauce either thinner or thicker. If you get it too thin, you just add more flour. If you get it too thick, you just add more milk. Alright, and I'm going to pour some more sauce over the top and here in the middle. Okay, I'm going to layer again. Alright, more sauce. Alright, and then they'll go into the oven at 350 degrees for an hour and a half. So we'll be back and see how they look.
Alright, so the ham has come out. Is it done? Okay. It should be. I had it in there long enough, but did you try and taste it? Is it good? Steve likes it like this. Too bad Steve can't be here to eat some of this because he likes those nice thick slices. But he and Jody, by the way, shout out to my brother Steve and my sister Jody. They are doing Thanksgiving at his house this year. They wanted something low key. And I will have to admit, my family is not low key. But as we're sitting here slicing this ham, I have Steve in my thoughts and prayers on this Thanksgiving Day 2021. Because he likes those thick slices of ham. Alright, thanks for doing that, John. Try a piece. Slice me off a little piece right there. That piece right there will do. I'm going to try a taste test. Yep, that's really good. Okay, friends, so this is what I consider the good ham that we were able to get off. The nice slices. And then we threw a great big fatty piece out to Paulo for his Thanksgiving. And then here is John's pickings. I don't like these parts because they have like fat and gristle and stuff, but John likes it, so those are his parts. And then over here is the ham bone that I will put in later with the navy beans, but I have to wait until my bigger pan gets washed. So anyway, yes, ham bones are good for navy beans. Alright, the rest of the dishes are just waiting to go in. Okay, friends, so I am down to the last dishes, and that would be the stuffing. So I'm just following the directions on the back, and I have the water and the butter boiling, so all I need to do is add the packs to that and let it set. So. Alright, so you just stir that up until everything's moist. And then you let it set. Covered. And I'm not going to try to look for the right lid, so there we go. Alright, let me bring you guys in for a closer look here. Alright, so here's the stuffing setting for cooking, and then here are the navy beans boiling up around the ham bone to make the navy bean soup. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that down now, because it doesn't need to boil the whole time. Alright, and then in the oven we have the scalloped potatoes, and there's the ham that's been sliced, and now it's just being warmed. And to the oven I'm going to add the yams and the glazed carrots. And then we will microwave the green beans at the last minute. So, alright. Okay, family and friends, so I have 90% of the food fixed, and I will be having John come in to carve the turkey here pretty soon, and I'll show some of that. The chicken's done. I will try to remember to take a shot of our buffet table. We always set everything out here on the table, and then we just have people serve themselves buffet style and then go sit at the table. But I'm going to go ahead and call this part of the video done, because I need to go get ready. I don't wear the same clothes that I cook in. So I need to go get changed, and we're going to have people showing up here in about 15 minutes. So if you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you want to know more about what's going on in my corner of the world, hit that subscribe button to Kim's Country Corner.
And don't click off just yet, because I am going to add some footage here at the end of the table and then maybe a shot of us eating. I won't add a whole lot of footage of family and friends, but I will try to include a short clip. Alright, so I'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.
Alright, John's going to check the turkey here. How's it doing? Is it slicing? Do you think it's done?
I think so.
Okay. Alright, are we able to put that out on the platter first, maybe? And then slice it from there? Do you need help? Or is it just going to fall apart? Is it better just to leave it in there and take out?
I don't want to make a mess.
Okay. Well, let me get you the roaster plate anyway. Alright, so John is taking the turkey out of the roaster oven, and it is just falling apart, isn't it, John? So that roaster oven worked well. I mean, you don't have a pretty looking turkey, but you do have a nicely cooked turkey. Oh yeah, that piece came off good. Okay friends, so here's the turkey out of the roaster oven, and it is nicely cooked. It may not be pretty like you see in the pictures, but it is nicely cooked, it's moist, it's got a nice flavor, so I highly recommend the Hamilton Beach 22 quart roaster oven for doing a turkey.
What are those?
Alright,
Turkey.
so we have the
A
turkey.
turkey.
Is that turkey? Do you like turkey?
I will. Turkey.
Yeah.
Double.
What does the turkey say? Do you know? What does the turkey say? Gobble gobble?
Her hair. Her hair's pretty.
Alright, I'm coming over with the ham.
That's an hour.
I heard you already had a girlfriend first grade.
We put that down now.
And I
Yeah, it's hot.
I never got.
Grandma's got to put the cheese on her scalloped potatoes
I never got some.
so they can melt.
You didn't get the cheese on?
Alright.
It is better now.
Okay.
It was
Time to go to lunch.
Yeah, she sometimes gets ready for the day.
Scalloped potatoes.
Yeah.
This is my dish.
In the morning.
What do you think?
I woke up.
Good.
Okay, so let me go down the list.
Passed and
Turkey, chicken, ham.
better wake up because we
Turkey,
get ready to go to
chicken,
breakfast.
ham.
About
Alright, scalloped potatoes.
So,
Yams.
Get
them out.
them out.
Yeah, the cookie
She-
was
Okay, stuffing.
She'll be 95
Green beans.
in December.
This bucket so
got say
Yeah, do you like green beans?
how is this?
Alright, some green beans.
Mine has moved to the nursing home.
Navy beans aren't ready.
the apple.
And then the cranberry sauce I have, glorified rice.
Oh,
I'm going to put the glorified rice over here because there's just no room left on
I
the
don't
table.
know if there are two
Deviled
in there.
eggs. We have.
Still have
Rolls.
a fairly good number that I have.
I went
but
with
do
the
have.
King's Hawaiian this year. Karen, because we know Rusty really
Rusty likes
we
them,
know
yeah.
Rusty's favorites. Okay, and then pies. Pies are over there. Alright, so let me get the rest of this out and on the table somewhere.
Hit me probably someday.
Okay, and we also have yams and carrots,
I love it.
which I almost forgot, but we got them set out in time, so.
You probably do better with
There's Becky and Rusty. Becky, do you have a favorite food?
that. Dressing.
Dressing, the stuffing.
Yes.
Rusty, favorite food?
Probably the potatoes.
The potatoes, the scalloped potatoes that
Scalloped
you
potatoes.
taught me how to make
Yeah.
way back.